on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review. And today we're taking a look at something very special. We have the McFarlane DC Multiverse Batmobile from the newest Flash movie. This was a hot item. It sold out everywhere on the pre-orders as far as Amazon, McFarlane Toy Store, GameStop, Target. I actually pre-ordered this originally on Target. It was originally $80. I don't know if you guys pre-ordered early. As soon as it went up on Target, I pre-ordered. It was $80. And then I saw it was $60 on GameStop. I was like, what the hell, man? I was like, let me just pre-order on GameStop then. I'm not paying $20 extra. And then it finally went up on Amazon. I pre-ordered there too. I ended up canceling both my Target and GameStop pre-orders. And today, I got the delayed email from Amazon. At least it didn't get canceled. So it was pushed back to like mid-May, and again, it's sold out everywhere. There's nowhere else to get. I think Target may be one of the few places that's actually shipping it, maybe McFarlane Toy Store as well. But oddly enough, the brand or the store, retail store that we thought was dead, Toys R Us, yes, they've opened up Toys R Us back at a smaller capacity in Macy's department stores. And Macy's has been getting these in stock, I mean, just randomly. So after I got that delayed email from Amazon, I was like, that's enough. I need this Batmobile in my hand now. I cannot wait. I am so excited. As, you know, a kid of the 80s, Michael Keaton, Batman was without a doubt my favorite. This was my favorite Batmobile for the longest. If I ever become a bagillionaire, bazillionaire, millionaire, I'm going to have myself this Batmobile built. I'm going to drive that shit every day around town. That is my dream, to have this Batmobile. It's just so iconic to me, and, you know, just hits me in the good feels as far as the nostalgia. I'm sure a lot of you guys who want this vehicle. But anyways, it was available at Macy's. I took a trip out there. Didn't find it at first. I did see just the Bat Cycle, or whatever it is, the Tumbler, whatever the hell it's called. And I was like, they have to have it somewhere. If they have the Bat Bike, sure enough, that place wasn't really the most organized, and it wasn't quite the same as an old school Toys R Us, but it had a nice feel to it. It was good to see the Toys R Us signs up there, and sure enough, on a shelf, there it was. There were two Batmobiles. I grabbed it right away, and then I was like, well, while I'm here, I would like to get myself the Michael Keaton Batman. I did pre-order two from Target, which did ship. I do have them. But I wanted another one, so I want one to display, you know, by itself. I want one to play and pose with, and then I needed one to display in the Batmobile. So I was like, I need one more. They have the Batmobile, they have the bike. They got to have these figures somewhere. And sure enough, I turned the corner, and there is a whole palette of untouched McFarlane assortments. They had all the 6-inch figures, the 12-inch figures. So I had at it. I opened up two cases. I grabbed actually two Keaton Batmans, and said, what the hell, man, why not? But I did notice there was a sign that said 30% off all DC figures. So as I went to check out, I asked, I was like, hey, are these part of the sale? Because it says 30% off. They said, sure, why not? They mark it 30% off. So I actually only paid $40 for this Batmobile. I am one lucky SOB. Same with Keaton. They marked it down. I think they're $22.99 in Macy's, Toys R Us, whatever you want to call it. So I paid $16 a piece for the Batman, and $40 for the Batmobile. You know, I only grabbed one Batmobile. I was tempted to grab another one just to keep, because like I said, I'm just excited to have this in my collection. I know there's a rumor that we're getting a gold label Batmobile and 89 Keaton Batman, so that's something to keep in mind. But enough chatting. I just wanted to share my story with you guys because I was just so pumped. I haven't had this type of a hunt where I've walked into a store really wanting something and finding everything I wanted. It just... That doesn't happen anymore, right? Especially when it's just Target and Walmart hunting. It's like, it's one aisle. This was just like, wow, like a little bit of a throwback kind of feel. So it really felt good to go back into Toys R Us and get something good. But anyways, taking a look at the packaging, this Batmobile is huge, man. Look at this. Look at the size of this box, man. So you get the Flash movie logo here, the DC Multiverse, and Batmobile with the image, as well as the size of the Batmobile. Flipping it down to the top, you'll see it says the Flash Batmobile. Let's see if we can get this all on camera, man. This is just so big. Take a look at the side. Flipping over to the back, you get another image of the Batmobile. You see the Keaton Batman figure in here. And the same on the other side. I'm going to come back and get this beautiful car out of its packaging. And here we have the Batmobile out of the packaging, and I want to stress again, this thing is massive. I have no idea where I want to display it. All I know is when they announced this, I said I needed it. Ever since McFarlane got the DC line, I wanted movie Batman figures, old school ones. I mean, for the most part, what have we gotten from like an '89 film as far as like a modern day toy? Like obviously kind of throwback stuff from Kenner and Toy Biz, not quite up to par for collectors nowadays. You know, all the added articulation and the new technology with figures. So I always wanted the Kenner Batmobile. Never had it. I had the Toy Biz one as a kid that had the convertible type top. But this is pretty close to that actual Batmobile. So for them to do it in a 6-7 inch scale just blew my mind. I know a lot of us have been waiting for this, and here it is. And it's crazy. It went up for pre-order, and we got it about a month later. I love that. We don't have to wait like a year or whatever. I love that they announced it, and it came out shortly after. But you will notice on the back of the Batmobile, the fins are not attached, so they do come separately. I guess it was just couldn't fit in the box. And you will see they are labeled. You will have an R here for the right side, and this has the L here for the left side, so shouldn't be able to screw it up. Hopefully this is easy to snap in. We will do it on camera here. So I have the left one, and you can see it has the L here too to kind of match it up. And you just kind of squeeze it in here. Hopefully I don't break it. I'm gonna be nice and gentle. Pops right in, no problem here. You can see that. It'll flip over so you can take a peek at the right side here. This thing is just so big, man. It's just, I like have very limited space to even turn it. Just kind of snaps right in here, no problem. At least the other side did. Hopefully I do not break this. Oh, man. Be a little careful, a little gentle here. There you go. Snapped in, no problem. I will say that there are a few kind of like scratches. Nothing crazy. I mean, listen, this is a $60 piece. But if you guys can see there are a few scuffs, and I'm not going to complain about it. I did see a few other people mentioning who got this, that it was cheap plastic and was scuffed. Honestly, it doesn't really bother me. It's a toy. It's a display piece. It was $60. If you want something a little more premium, but it costs way more money, working lights and all that stuff, I'm not looking to spend $300 on a Batmobile. This was perfect. It was $60. And to me, it still looks pretty authentic. I mean, look at these tires. Let's see if we can get a close-up look at all these different pieces here. See the little Bat logo here in the gold. You get a little machinery here for, like, I guess the engine. A little kind of mesh in here, too. Looking at the other wheel, obviously a little bigger on the back end. Looks really good. So if you guys remember in the movie, this is where the guns pop out. These actually do not function. Unlike the Toy Biz one, if you had that one as a kid. At the front, look at that, man. The nice little iconic yellow lights here. The little engine piece on the front. And there is a button here. We'll get to it. That's supposed to open the canopy. But I want to give you guys kind of a close-up look as best as I can. Like I said, this thing is just so big. Obviously, you're going to notice the caveat here. The one thing that I know a lot of people complain about and I hate. Why is the canopy gray? I can only assume that maybe in the movie, there's a reason it's gray. I don't know if they just want to differentiate. If there is an '89 official one coming out. But unfortunately, the canopy is gray, and some people say it's not as noticeable. It is. It's very noticeable in person. The second I pulled it out, you can tell that this shit is gray and not black. Like, come on, guys. Like I said, the only thing that would make sense is maybe in the movie, there's a reason the canopy is gray. But at the back here, it would have been cool if they had, like, the old school Batmobile where the kind of flame pops out as you roll it. But you do get the exhaust here, the red taillights on the back. Just so nice, man. And the wheels obviously do move. It actually is functional, so that is pretty cool. Now let's check out this feature with the canopy. There's a button here. If you guys can see that right here. There's a button here. It pops it open. And it's supposed to just slide right up. Let's try that. And there you go. It actually, give it a little force. And it moves forward. Or you can slide it back. You can slide it up. Whatever's easiest for you guys if you want to get your Batman figure in there. On the inside, they have packed the trading card. Normally, I don't keep these because, again, I cherry-pick the McFarlane. I don't buy every figure that comes out, but any of the Batman figures or Superman, I kind of piques my interest. I do grab. I don't usually keep the cards. I'm keeping all these cards, man. If you guys want to see the other cards that came with the Keaton Batman, this is the one that came, I believe, with the masked version. This is the Target exclusive unmasked. and now you got the Batmobile to go with it. Absolutely loving this nostalgia. I mean, they just really nailed it. They gave you everything you could have wanted with those Batman figures. But you'll see on the inside of the canopy here, I'm going to cut the camera and I want to get a kind of an inside look at the actual cockpit. And taking a look on the inside here, you can see the different gadgets and gauges in here. It looks pretty nice, just kind of like painted silver to give it the effect. You have the steering wheel. It does not move, which I'm surprised. I feel like most of these kind of action play cars or whatever usually have a moving steering wheel. This one does not move. That's kind of a bummer. But taking a look on the inside, there's some more gadgets here on the side. You'll notice that. Additionally, you do have the one seat. I know some people are saying they wanted a two-seater. It's fine with me. I don't really mind it. You can see some more kind of like mesh details here up top. That looks pretty cool. The seat looks nice. I do dig the little added designs on here. Again, for a $60 piece, this is pretty good. And if you guys want a close-up on the canopy, that's kind of how it looks. And here's your little button. But next, obviously, we want to look at the Keaton Batman that did come out in this series to see, one, how he scales next to the car and how he fits on the inside. All right, here we have the Keaton Batman action figure that came out with the Flash series next to the Batmobile. I actually like the way he scales. I think he's a decent size. Obviously, the McFarlane line is a little bigger than the Marvel Legends. It is more of a 7-inch kind of scale. He seems to stand pretty well with it. I know some people were saying that he might be a tad too tall, but I kind of dig it. I mean, I just feel like for display purposes, this is going to look pretty good. I mean, you got your Batman, you got your Batmobile, just an iconic look here. So he does stand really well outside of it, but of course we want to see how he looks inside the car, so let's do that. All right, here we go. I have my Batman in his sitting position, ready to get in the Batmobile, and I'm going to apologize now if this gets a little flimsy. I really want to give you guys a good idea of exactly how this figure will fit in the Batmobile. Is it a pain in the ass? What's some ways you can maneuver it? So let's give it a go. Let's slide him in here. I have not tried this yet, but I have him in his driving position. So he goes in pretty easily. And let's move the camera over a little bit here. You will see his ears are actually going to stick out. So you're going to have to kind of maneuver it a little, it seems. There is a little space under here, so let's try. All right, that works. Kind of tilt him over to the side here, and you can stick his ears underneath. There's a little space here. Let's kind of get the camera over so you guys can see a little better. Let's zoom in. You will see a little space underneath the Batmobile here, and you can squeeze the ears, just kind of, not even squeeze them, just kind of tilt it to the side and dip them right back. And that was fairly easy to do. He looks pretty good in there. Let's see how this looks when we actually close the canopy. That is sick, man. Let's get an image of Michael Keaton on the inside here. You can't really see his face too much. But that looks pretty awesome. You can see the logo coming through the glass here. I absolutely love that. And again, just pop your canopy open here. I feel like you sometimes gotta push the button twice, but opens pretty good. I will perfect this and kind of get his hands on the steering wheel, go with the open hands, and that just looks so damn awesome. And there you have it. That really was not that hard at all. I know a lot of people were worried about getting it in the Batmobile. He fits in pretty good. I do have his hands here on the steering wheel. I will say the left kind of more grappling hand for the Batarang is a little harder to get on there. May need to be heated a little bit, but his hands definitely do go on the steering wheel and really does complete the look. If you guys kind of want to get another side-by-side look here over there, you can see the hands go over the steering wheel really nicely. Before we wrap this video with some final thoughts, if you guys haven't already, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. If you are new to the channel, generally I do a lot of WWE and AEW Jazzwares wrestling action figure reviews. I definitely do collect a lot of different lines, so I want to start exploring the opportunity to do more figure reviews, whether it's McFarlane, Hasbro Marvel Legends, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe. I just love toys, so I collect them all. So if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, subscribe, make sure to turn on those notification bells to stay tuned for all the newest and latest reviews here on my page. But as far as this Batmobile goes, highly recommend it. Listen, the nostalgia factor is all here. Is this the most premium piece you're going to buy? Absolutely not, right? It's $60. So I think you're getting exactly what you're paying for. You get the good bang for your buck here. The one gripe I have is going to be the canopy. I mean, I think that's going to be everyone's gripe with this Batmobile. It's great. Again, I don't know if it's in the movie, if it's great. I don't know if there's a reason or it was just a screw up by McFarlane. I don't know, but it's kind of annoying. That really would have made this a 10 out of 10 for me. So I'm going to go maybe like a 9 out of 10. Not too big of a complaint. Obviously, it kind of does stand out. But, you know, Batman fits in great. That figure is awesome. I feel like that is a 10 out of 10 figure. They went all out with the accessories and the cloth cape. I mean, what more do you want? He pairs so well with this Batmobile. I just love the design of it, from the engine to the lights to the fins on the back. Just highly recommend it. Again, I got this at Macy's. If you guys have a local Macy's, go there. You may be surprised, because honestly, I expected to strike out, and they had a fresh palette of all the figures and all the vehicles. And they were 30% off. Whether I was supposed to get 30% off or not, I don't know. I asked. They said, sure, we'll give it to you. I didn't fight them. More money in my pocket for more collectibles to purchase. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video review. I'm excited to see what other McFarlane Batman cinematic figures we're going to get, whether it be other movie lines or 89, Batman Returns. Give me them all. I'm so pumped. I know all you guys are excited for this, and I don't feel like this Batmobile disappointed at all. Definitely go grab it, and I will catch you all on the next one.